Welcome to ATB-TV. Tom, if they'd just seen the setting up of the studio, they would have laughed for 10 minutes, but we've finally got the sun right. We're both in vision.
We're not there yet, Pete.
You're not there yet? Well, we've got 10 minutes to roll through now. Anyway, it's good to have a laugh. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about your role here with Darren and Liz at ATB Manningtree Park, which is as the stud manager. We'll whip through the runners and we'll come back in more detail, but just briefly, Tom, yourself and Shelley have been involved with ATB now for just over 12 months, is that right?
Yeah, over 12 months now, and it's gone very, very quickly, but it's gone really, really well. Couldn't be happy.
Yep. Your involvement in horses or the breeding side is extensive?
Yeah, I've been doing it pretty well most of my life, and my dad was one of the better guys at doing the job, and I was lucky enough to be able to stay on his coattails and watch him and go from there. Learn
from there. Yep, brilliant. Well, we'll get back into a bit more of the obviously the ATB breeding size. We were out in the paddock before, we've got a bit of vision for everyone, but we're going to go through some runners from last week. Now, you can chip in with your thoughts if you like, but we'll try and roll through as quick as we can. We had only 3 runners for the week. 2 of them were at Morphettville. We had Yogi, who unfortunately never got a run in the naturalism, which was the ideal plan and program for him to get to the Bart Cummings next week. Darren Weir, thankfully the stable did nominate for a race in Adelaide, which he went there. It was a lot shorter than the trip that we wanted to be. It was only 1800, but he ran well. He ran 6th. He's probably given him 15 lengths at one stage. He was beaten through. So from the point of view of a fitness run, the exercise was a positive one. He now will, like I said, go, as we sit here now, 9 days time into the Bart Cummings. Very difficult to get runs in these races now. There's a lot of international horses, highly rated international horses, and we're at a rating at that 95 level, so we're not guaranteed. We're just in that periphery towards the bottom. But last year we actually got into the Bart Cummings with a rating of 80, so we're just hoping that horses might spread where they go. The only thing has been an entry into the Melbourne Cup. If you win, you don't know. There could be a lot of nominations. So fingers crossed that we can get there, because that's what he's looking for now. A big track in 25.
He's in great form. Yeah, he's jumping out of the skin, so hopefully.
A lot of people jumped off, but you just, they thought, oh, that was a poor run. But when a horse needs 2500 and you race him over 1800, you can't expect him to be to a winning chance. But
look at on his runs before that. He's running better than ever, and he couldn't be in better hands with Darren. So fingers and toes crossed.
Absolutely flying. Broadway first went over. He's a horse that's come back off injury. Look, it was a bit of 2 ways of thinking here. One, that Darren loves floating horses. It helps bring him on fitness-wise, and that was part of the exercise. And plus, he returned in such good form with a great run at Bendigo that he gave him some sort of each-way chance. Now, as the race turned out, he ran 14th, but he was only beaten 3 lengths. The last 100 metres had nowhere to go. I'd say if he had clear running, he runs in the top 5 or 6 and beaten 1.5, and that's a huge tick. So, all things equal, and he's come out of the run well, we can now place him, probably to advantage around here and be a winning chance next start. Yep. Sunday I went to Coleraine, back down towards the old area where I was born and bred, and we had Fox Largo, and unfortunately she didn't like the area because she ran 10th. Okay. And look, to be fair, and you've probably been across this with Darren, that we're contemplating her going to the breeding barn early.
She's a magnificent type. She's a really big, strong girl, so it wouldn't be the worst result, and if you're going to do it, now's the time. Yeah,
that's right, because I think the little window is, we need to make sure it's next week, and there is a couple of races that we can run in prior. Darren Weir's of the understanding that we just don't want to run her for the sake of it. If he feels it's not going to fit her, we'll just probably pull up stumps and she'll head to, well, I'm not too sure who, but she'll just head to the breeding barn this year.
Okay.
Yep. Obviously Fox Largo, she's well related for Largo and High Largo, and there's a spot for her in the breeding barn.
Oh, there is, most definitely.
Yep. So that's it. No success. We've rolled with about 13 or 14 placings since our last win, but good things around the corner, Tom. Fingers crossed.
You know it.
Runners coming up. Later today, I'm heading to Bendigo. And we have the McPhee filly, Lady McPhee, in a fillies and mares race over a mile, getting out to the distance which sort of matches up her pedigree. She won at Cranbourne over 13. She was very good over 15 at Geelong to run third. Damien Lane stays on, which is a positive. Good barrier. Look, she's a top each way chance.
I really like. I mean, when she spelled here, she's a gorgeous looking filly. She really is, and I've got great faith in her.
And I think from that point of view, I think she's still got huge improvement in her. I'm thinking that this prep was a little bit interrupted just with the reasons with the swapping of stables and all that. So, you know, after whatever happens this prep, I'd say with a spell,
autumn might be her go.
It might be her go. Cool. Yep, but she's a good chance today. Saturday we have runners at Mornington. A serious suspect who's a we call it a highly strung on speed galloper, and that's what we've seen in most of his career runs. And he was really good at Geelong to be beaten only a half length last start, and he goes to Mornington, which suits on speed type horses. He's drawn a little bit wide in 10, but I actually don't mind that because it'll give Brad the chance to allow him just to roll forward. And if he doesn't have to lead, he might sit third or fourth. So I think he's a great winning chance, but definitely a top 3 chance on Saturday. Astrological, a little mare that's just kept surprising us all along.
Yeah, she's done really well.
Well, she goes to a 1200 metre race. Obviously, we tried to tick off a city win at Adelaide last start over 1400, and you know, in hindsight, it's easy. We're probably learning that she's not a 1400 metre horse. She's a high speed 1200, get 12 to 13 run on type. So we've reverted back to this race at Mornington, and you know, just flip back in the camera a bit here, Tom. He's disappearing, mate. You're trying to get away early. The only little question is she's been up for a hell of a long time. So was that the flat run at Adelaide? We'll learn more on Saturday.
Whatever she does is a bonus.
Yep,
really,
exactly. Also, back over to Adelaide, and this is a bit similar to the case with Broadway and First and Yogi, that Perugia's gone over there. Now, he's a horse that takes the 2 preps we've had have taken 4 or 5 runs to get to his top. Gross sort of a horse.
He is a big bull.
He was gelded between his last prep and this one. You've seen him go back in. He went back, still goes back in as a strapping horse.
He does.
So that where he's just tried a few things different this prep, he's trialled up. He's actually gone even taking away to trials with more distance to try and get him fitter quicker. Part of the plan is sending him to Adelaide is that bring on, the float trip over. It's funny because we're claiming with him, and this is, I think he's got 53.5. He's only ever carried 58, 59 or 60 in his 17 starts. So he's probably going to think there's no one on his back
at all.
But to be fair, speaking to Weary this morning, or to the stable this morning, he's not at the level to be a winning chance yet, but he can run well based on his first up run. So I won't give it too much away, but whatever he does, he'll certainly improve on again. So I think the aim is to try and get him to be a winning chance, maybe 3rd or 4th up rather than 5th up. And this is part of it.
This part of it.
So he'll come out and win by 5 lengths now.
You know it.
Put the slows on the owners.
You know it.
And he's a good horse, Perugia. Monday now, there's no fields out yet, but potentially we've got Sarplane going to a 2400 metre 58. Periscope will be, I can't remember if he's 2nd or 3rd up, but he's going to a race there as well, a maiden. Collectible, the Sebring filly down with Robbie, going to a 1700 metre mile. Now Darren's explained to the owners that if we can lock away this maiden win, then we can go to the classic fillies races, starting off with the ethereal. So trouble is, it's not easy to win when you want to win.
No, but she's ran 2 very good races, and she's met some pretty serious horses along the way.
Those races have in the last 12, well, especially last year, I think the Oaks winner come out of one of the races she was in. So a lot of the classic, or the fillies heading to the classic races are coming out of these races. It's a path. 13, 14 out to 1700. That's the key with her, just getting her out to 17. And
she's got a page to die for, so when we get her here as a broodmare, happy days.
So if we can tick off Geelong on Monday with her, that'll excite the owners, and then we can push off to Flemingtons and places like that, which is exciting. So that's it. That's our runners. There'll be a couple. Wednesday, I think we've got Plenhouse Playboy, who's been in rare form. He goes to a 2,300 metre race there. Now, we mentioned Fox Largo. There is a race that she can go to at Geelong or Ballarat.
Yeah. But
as I said, Weary's not going to send her there if he's not happy with her.
Okay.
But they're probably our last two options for her as a racehorse. Now, if she goes to one of those and wins by 10, I suppose we're going to reconsider what we do.
Oh, we'll see how you go there. But you've got a plan B. Always have a plan B, Pete.
Well, and that's a good thing about the stables that we conduct all our business with. They always do. Yep. Tom, back to the breeding side. Now, I reckon what we might do is just have a look at this little clip that we spent 3 or 4 minutes out in the paddock dodging Mr. Magpie, as well as looking as 3 mares in their foal. So we'll have a quick look at this.
He's friendly.
Here we are, Tom. We're out in the paddock as we suggested in our chat. Who we got here?
This is a little Zoo Star colt out of Flying Hula. He's a cheeky little man.
He is.
He is. He's a wee star. We sold his full brother at the Melbourne Premier Sales last year for 240. And he's another gorgeous colt. I'm very, very happy with him. But as you say, he wants to be everybody's friend.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Going to have a little buck and a kick in. A beautiful day out here at Manningtree Park as we wander around the paddocks, and there's Mum over there happily having a pick. So
yeah, no, it's all good.
That's genuine happiness there, Tom.
Yeah.
Now, if you hear a bit of swooping and buzzing in the background, it's a magpie that's decided that he's trying to protect his young, and we're getting whipped across the top of the head. Hey, mate. There he goes. As you can see out here, there's some great...
The little grey foal out in the distance there is a Cracker Jack King out of Releve.
Righto, and they're all heading towards us. So on the left-hand side as we look,
yeah, it's
Releve.
And the little foal here with the white star is our only outside foal of this year, and it's by Delago Deluxe.
And that's Chloe Anna's little foal, and Chloe Anna was a very honest, consistent race mare that was raced by ATB owners.
She's fitted in really well here.
Yep.
It's all good. All these mares here are going to Victorian sires. Chloe Anna is going to Swettenham.
Yep.
Highland Reel, and Releve is going to I'm just trying to think, Tokum Stardom.
Yep. Big contrast in the colours there.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of Cracker Jack King with the foal.
Yeah.
Will he go grey?
Yeah, go grey like myself. Go grey. But very, very nice. For her first foal, she's done a really, really good job.
Yep. Of course, there's Flying Hula going across there. She was a terrific race mare for ATB as well.
Yeah, no, she's going to Darley. So she's going to one of the stallions at Darley this year. She should be for service probably Monday or Tuesday.
Yep.
All these mares will be served probably by the end of next week.
Right.
So that's good.
Yep.
And no, so very, very happy with them. And look, I was just saying to Darren, you know, the bar has definitely been raised with where we're at the moment, with some of the stock that we have. I mean, we've got Frankels and Fastnet Rocks and Zoo Stars and Hinchinbrooks. You know, the bar is definitely raised, and we've got some serious. Our next one's due to foal is in foal to American Pharaoh. So, as I say, some serious horse flesh floating around.
And because we're tapping into all the first year stallions as well, so
yeah, we mix and match. In fairness, Darren puts a lot of time and thought and effort into it before he makes his final decision, because we want to breed race horses as well. So and if it doesn't match up, he won't go. But we use quite a few first season sires if we can, because commercially they just seem to sell that little bit better. And obviously the proven sires, the Fastnet Rocks of this world, we try and use them when we can. Yeah, and as you can see, those proven stallions, we saw it there last week with Readout's Choice. They still are, they are a click above everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's some happiness there. There's our mate. So I spoke about. There he is there. He's not my friend. this crew down here, a different story. Anyway, Tom, that's a bit of a look in the paddock, and yeah, obviously for the owners of that lot we just looked at, you've got a little bit of special vision. Just going to say, what a beautiful day for him out there today, and you can see one of the little foals, a little flying hauler, Zoostar. He was pretty happy with himself, kicking his heels
he's very
up.
friendly.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
Breeding this year, the foaling down, started a month ago?
Yeah, it only started a month ago. It's worked out really well. The foaling down season is quite short this year for us.
Yeah.
You know, we'll do most of it. By the end of October we'll be finished, and we've only really started in earnest at the start of September. So it's worked out really well.
We did have the little change course was a early December foal last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, and look at it, and he's grown out into a lovely little horse. But when it comes to the commercial side of it, Pete, we probably need to be foaling them down a little earlier.
So the August-October time frame is ideal for that.
And look at, I mean, August foals, that's fine. We'll take them with both hands, but I prefer them to foal later August because the pasture starts to improve and the mare's milk quality improves, and it can get quite cold.
Beautiful out there today. The paddocks are
really good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep. Also, I suppose the other side of that, we're going to have a lot of these mares will be heading back in to be impregnated again, and with bubs at their foot, sort of thing.
We've already sent our first few away, and they go to Holbrook, New South Wales. We're very lucky to have that association, and Julie does a great job there, and so that all fits in beautifully with what we're doing. As we mentioned out in the paddock, there's some not missing many of the big name stallions, so the quality, as you mentioned out there, is going to improve stock wise. Obviously the stallions, but from our mare point of view, we'll lift the quality there as well. Yeah, and look at, we'll end up, if Lady Luck smiles on us, we'll have 30 mares carrying pregnancies at the end of all this. Yep. And literally every one of those mares has gone to a commercial stallion. Yeah, this year, how many will foal? Mid-20s, is it? Yeah, 20 odd this year, so that not too many this year, but it's just rising all the time now. From the commercial point of view, obviously, with Escort Lodge, the breeding brand, or from that side, we had a great result earlier this year. How many potentially are going to go to Melbourne next year? Or to wherever. Yeah, look, Melbourne will be our main sale. We will sell the odd one at Magic's, but mainly Melbourne. Yep. And we want to stay loyal to the sale if we can. And we'll probably end up with about 9 or 10 heading that way, and we should do very well again. And the other side of that is we obviously race a lot of the stock that we breed, and we've had a great result this week with the Crackerjack King colt out of the unraced mare, unraced shocking mare, Shaky Isles, and yeah, look, thanks to all the owners that jumped in, we had 3/4 of the horse to sell, and now we've got 3 shares. So if you're out there and contemplating, I wouldn't wait too long. It might be gone by the time you see this vision, but he's a nice colt, Tom. Oh, look at the few that we have on the site. They're 4 nice animals, and the colt is very well put together, lots of natural muscle, good strong head, and to be honest with you, I probably wanted to take him to the yearling sales, because I would have loved to have had him there. But it's great. I mean, it's, as Darren says, he's providing stock for his clients as well, so it's a balance that we have to tie in. And I mean, I'm glad, like, just hearing that. Potentially he's selling for 2,200 for 5%. It's cheap. He wouldn't be getting close to that to say. So I mean, you got a bargain. The ones that have got in, 3 shares left. Come on, guys, grab them. On the other side of it, though, there's been no yearling prep, and there's been no commission with sales companies, so it balances out. But it's a great concept to be able to get in early and to buy. It's really good. Yeah, because the ones that are left there is the Free Eagle Pie Danny. Goes to Darren Ware. She's a beautiful mare. I love the way she walked around the other day. Yeah, well, I had the good fortune of, when I was at Cornerstone, I was involved with Free Eagle, and I really rate the style. Yep, and obviously the Sepoy, who's almost sold, there's only 4 shares in her. Sepoy here to speaker, and the Turfontaine Permissive are the 2 fillies, and yeah, look, they're all beautiful yearlings, and they are. They've had a fair bit done with them already. They've had a mini prep, and so they've been out parading and doing everything, so they're well ahead of the game. It's an important part. Very naive, I suppose, when I started 3 years ago with it. The more you can handle them, obviously
they get used to the humans. It makes it so much easier when they get to breaking and obviously training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're even doing the yearlings' teeth now at the moment. We're well ahead of where we need to be, but it's all part of their education, and it's great to be able to get it done.
Terrific. All right, Tom, we might wind it up there. Thanks for your little insight. Obviously, a lot of people would have met you at the Christmas party last year. We've got new owners coming in all the time, so it's great just to see the balance between a syndicator and a syndicated breeder, and all the hands on deck, and everything that you guys do. It's a process from day one
all the way through.
All the way through.
It is, definitely.
All right, Tom. Well, good luck to everyone that's got a runner out this weekend. I hope you enjoyed Tom's little spiel, and I've escaped being
attacked,
absconded by the magpie. And I hope
magpie.
you bloody magpie supporters out there get rolled on the weekend because of that. Guard the Eagles. Have a good weekend, everyone.